gonna win. I'm sure that he won't be a match for you.
Yeah, you're right. My technique's good, huh?
Matthew Taylor Coleman, a follower of Illuminati and QAnon conspiracy theories and owner of a surfing school in California, was charged Wednesday with murdering his children. Conspiracy theories had led him to believe that his wife was passing, quote, serpent DNA down to their kids, and he didn't want to, quote, see them grow into monsters.
This is some wild stuff, man. Some serpent DNA.
Yeah,
I mean,
serpent DNA.
You had me at serpent DNA, I have to say, you know.
I mean, yes, it's very sad that these kids got killed by their dad, but bad things happen all the time, and we're going to make jokes about it. So,
yeah, but I mean,
because it's ridiculous. Serpent DNA, come on.
Well, my wife researched this guy a bit, and he was a member of his church. You know, he was a surfing instructor. For all outward appearances, he was a normal, happy, healthy human being.
Right. That's what's scary about this. And I don't know. It is possible to mask stuff like schizoaffective disorder, but the perception is people would think if your paranoia is so bad that you kill your kids, it's going to be bad enough that you can't function.
Right.
But turns out, no, not really.
Yeah, so this has been building for a while. This okay, so we got two things that have been building, I thought separately. Maybe they're running in conjunction. We have serpent reptilian DNA has been one conspiracy as it rose. And then the other was this Q. Has Q always just been crazy off the wall stuff? I kind of felt like it started out. I kind of felt like it started out as fairly legitimate.
No, the way Q started out was an anonymous poster on 8chan started saying stuff about how Donald Trump was going to jail all the satanic Democrats. It was off the wall from the very beginning.
Oh,
okay. And it wasn't the Satanism stuff, I think, was added a little later, but still the idea that you're just going to randomly trust this poster on this forum where everyone's anonymous and this guy's just posting long strings of letters and numbers, and the idea that you're going to obsessively search those for patterns about how Donald Trump is going to jail Hillary. If you do that, there's something wrong with you.
Right. And I just can't help but to, it's we're in the dark ages. Is this, I know you don't know the answer to this. This is all speculation, but is it that we just know more now of the crazy that goes on, or is it that the crazy is getting worse?
I don't know. I think the crazy just gets amplified more because crazy is more interesting than normal, right? So I think we've got a newsworthy. I mean, for example, a lot of the reason QAnon got so big was that Facebook recommended QAnon adjacent pages to people for years and years before they realized, hey, our algorithm is sending people down this paranoiac rabbit hole, and these people might be dangerous. If you were into, Tucker Carlson, Facebook would be hey, here's another page you might like. And It would be, reptilian conspiracy theories and QAnon stuff.
Well, next to Tucker, that kind of makes sense.
Well, it does, right? They didn't, Facebook didn't do this on purpose. The algorithm was hey, you like the mainstream paranoid loon. Maybe you would like the fringe paranoid loons.
Right.
And hey, they did. So I think we've got algorithms designed to feed us what activates the most chemicals in our brain. And that's not going to be scholarly research. That's not going to be the truth. It's going to be insane stuff because that's more interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of algorithms, okay, so I watch a lot of YouTube, and I get the stuff that I like. My TV has been logged into my account. My daughter normally uses the guest account, but my wife didn't know this and used YouTube. And now I start getting like her history royal stuff suggested to me. And then I got to give kudos to the algorithm, because between the stuff that I like, that's like a lot of garage rock and toy collecting and stuff like that, and this new influx of history that my wife has shoved into my channel, it started like giving me the option to watch a video that is a medieval cover of Right Round. Like You Spin Me Right Round, only done on like lutes and fifes and stuff.
I think I've actually listened to that or something that. Yeah, no, it's wild.
But I had to like slow clap the algorithm at that point for pulling those two together and coming up with
just like, okay, so you like the Black Death and you like the 80s.
Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it work, man.
Yeah, but these people, man, I mean, I think this guy was probably a paranoid. That crazy is more interesting, but we already had crazy to be interesting. It's called fiction. It's just weird that I don't know. It is terrifying. It is ultimately terrifying that this guy was obviously mentally ill. So maybe these things are preying on the mentally ill.
Oh, I think definitely. I think, most QAnon people aren't going to do anything about it. Because, at the very most, they're going to like rant at their employees and make them uncomfortable.
Right. Storm the Capitol, stuff like that.
Right. Well, actually, that's a good point, because like those guys weren't all paranoid schizophrenics. But then again, they weren't all like there to kill people. But I mean, a lot of them were, though. So I don't know.
Yeah. Hang Mike Pence.